Jurassic Park, in a sense, was shot in my mind in 3D with shots of the animals coming into the lens.
Jurassic Park opened on June 11th, 1993, and made $912 million worldwide. The dinosaurs got the headlines. The humans behind them had stories just as wild.
You know, DNA and dinosaurs in many combinations.
1. Ariana Richards as Lex Murphy. Nobody in Jurassic Park screamed better. That is not a small thing. The entire tension of the kitchen raptor sequence depends on Lex Murphy staying completely believable in pure terror. And Ariana Richards, 13 years old and hiding behind a refrigerator, made it work. Her hacking scene at the film's climax became one of cinema's most lovingly mocked moments. It's a Unix system, I know this, and yet she sold it with complete conviction.
It's a Unix system. I know this. It's all the files of the whole park.
Richards was born on September 11th, 1979, in Healdsburg, California, and had already appeared in Tremors and Prancer before Spielberg cast her. After Jurassic Park, she reprised the role briefly in The Lost World, and made guest appearances on Boy Meets World and other series. Then, quietly, she stopped. What she moved toward instead was painting, not as a celebrity hobby or a retirement project, but as a genuine second career. She studied at the Gnomon School of Visual Effects and the Watts Atelier of the Arts, developed a distinctive style in portraiture and realism, and began entering competitions. She won first place in the National Oil and Acrylic Painters Society's national competition. Her work has been exhibited across the United States and sells seriously not as Lex Murphy memorabilia, but as art on its own terms. She married artist Kenneth Luckey in 2013 and has a daughter. It is a genuinely unusual outcome. The girl who hacked the park's computer systems grew up and found her real gift on canvas. Today in 2026, Ariana Richards is 46 years old, with an estimated net worth of $2 million. She left Hollywood to make something with her hands, and it turned out she was very good at it. 2. Joseph Mazzello as Tim Murphy, the electric fence scene. That is what people remember first. Tim Murphy clinging to a metal fence as it powers back on, getting blasted off and nearly killed, and the camera pulling back to reveal a drop that should have been fatal.
Get down now!
Tim, you're gonna have to jump.
You crazy? I'm not gonna jump! Tim, do it!
Let's go!
Joseph Mazzello was 9 years old. The commitment he brought to that scene, and to the whole film, caught Spielberg's attention enough that he personally wrote Mazzello a letter of recommendation to the USC School of Cinematic Arts years later. Born September 21st, 1983, in Rhinebeck, New York, Mazzello had already tested for a role in Hook before Jurassic Park. Spielberg thought he was too young, then promised him a future film, and delivered. After Jurassic Park, he worked steadily through childhood and adolescence. The Cure, Radio Flyer, The River Wild, Simon Birch. He used his Lost World cameo paycheck to fund his USC tuition, which is one of the more practical decisions any child actor has ever made. What came after film school was genuinely impressive. The Social Network cast him as Dustin Moskovitz, Facebook's quiet co-founder, in one of the decade's defining films. Then came The Pacific, Spielberg's HBO miniseries, as Eugene Sledge, a central, demanding dramatic role. Then Bohemian Rhapsody as John Deacon, Queen's bassist, in one of the highest-grossing music biopics ever made. He graduated from child star to working actor of real substance without fanfare or headlines, which is the hardest version of that transition. Today in 2026, Joseph Mazzello is 42 years old, with an estimated net worth of $8 million. Tim Murphy survived a T-Rex, a velociraptor, and an electric fence. The real Joseph Mazzello survived Hollywood, which required a completely different skill set. 3. Wayne Knight as Dennis Nedry. Here is a detail that clarifies everything about Wayne Knight's Jurassic Park casting. Steven Spielberg watched him sweat through an interrogation scene in Basic Instinct, and immediately thought of that man, that expression, that energy, but aimed at a dinosaur. Knight was the very first actor cast in the entire production. Born August 7th, 1955, in Cartersville, Georgia, Knight had spent years doing exactly what character actors do.
See, nobody cares. Nice hat. You're trying to look like a secret agent?
Disappearing into supporting roles in Dirty Dancing, JFK, born on the 4th of July, before Nedry and Newman arrived simultaneously and turned him into a face the whole country knew. His performance as Nedry is a masterclass in making a villain comprehensible without making him sympathetic. The greed feels earned because Knight plays the resentment underneath it with such precise specificity. The double booking of Jurassic Park and Seinfeld, both in 1993, both breakout turns gave him a career latitude most actors never find. Newman ran for 7 seasons across 45 episodes. Officer Don Orville on Third Rock from the Sun for 101 more. He voiced Tantor in Tarzan, Al McWiggin in Toy Story 2, and has kept accumulating credits with the steady professionalism of someone who genuinely loves the work. In 2025, he appeared in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. He married Claire Descheneux in 2006 and has a son, Liam. Today in 2026, Wayne Knight is 70 years old with an estimated net worth of $8 million. Newman got the last laugh. Nedry got eaten. Knight got the career. 4. Bob Peck as Robert Muldoon. 2 words, that is Bob Peck's entire legacy from Jurassic Park. Delivered a half-second before a velociraptor kills him. Clever girl.
Clever girl.
It is one of the most quoted lines in blockbuster history. Wry, resigned, almost admiring, and it landed because Peck played Muldoon with such grounded authority that the audience had spent the whole film believing in him as the one person who genuinely understood the threat. Born August 23, 1945, in Leeds, England, Peck was a stage actor of real distinction long before Spielberg found him. He had performed extensively with the Royal Shakespeare Company and won the BAFTA Award for Best Actor for his 1986 BBC television drama, Edge of Darkness, one of the most celebrated British performances of the decade. He was not a supporting player who got lucky. He was a serious actor who happened to be perfectly cast. After Jurassic Park, he continued working in British television and film, including The Tribes of Palos Verdes and Into the Blue, and returned to theater. He was diagnosed with cancer and continued working through his illness with the same quiet composure that defined everything about his public presence. He was married to actress Joanna David, with whom he had 2 daughters. Bob Peck passed away on April 4th, 1999, at the age of 53. His estimated net worth at the time of his death was around $2 million. Muldoon spent the whole film warning everyone about the raptors. Nobody listened. Peck spent his whole career doing the work with integrity. Everyone who saw it remembers. Hit subscribe for more TV secrets, cast updates, and hidden stories. 5. Samuel L. Jackson as Ray Arnold. Hold on to your butts. 4 words, delivered with a casual authority that made them instantly iconic.
Hold on to your butts.
And then a severed arm lands on Laura Dern's shoulder, and Arnold is gone. Samuel L. Jackson was in Jurassic Park for approximately 20 minutes of screen time. It barely registered as a footnote in the year that followed. Born December 21st, 1948, in Washington, D.C., Jackson had already appeared in Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever, and Menace to Society when Spielberg cast him. He was a known quantity, a reliable, magnetic supporting presence, but not yet the phenomenon he was about to become. Pulp Fiction arrived in 1994, Jules Winfield arrived with it, and everything changed at once. He became arguably the most consistently bankable actor in Hollywood history, appearing in over 150 films across a career that shows no signs of slowing. The scale of what followed Jurassic Park is almost difficult to process. Nick Fury in the MCU across more than a dozen films, Mace Windu in 3 Star Wars prequels, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, Unbreakable and its sequels, Coach Carter, Snakes on a Plane, Jackie Brown. He holds the Guinness World Record as the highest-grossing actor of all time, with his films collectively earning over $27 billion worldwide. He received an honorary Oscar in 2022, acknowledging a career of extraordinary range and output. Today in 2026, Samuel L. Jackson is 77 years old, with an estimated net worth of $250 million. Ray Arnold lost an arm on Isla Nublar. Everything after that was pure profit. 6. Richard Attenborough as John Hammond. Richard Attenborough had not appeared in a film for 14 years when Steven Spielberg personally persuaded him to play John Hammond. He was 69. He had spent those 14 years directing Gandhi, A Chorus Line, Cry Freedom, Chaplin winning 2 Academy Awards, 4 BAFTA Awards, and being made a life peer by Queen Elizabeth II as Baron Attenborough of Richmond-upon-Thames. The man playing the eccentric billionaire who spared no expense had himself spared no expense across one of the most decorated directing careers in British cinema history. Born August 29, 1923, in Cambridge, his career on screen had begun in 1942. By the time Jurassic Park came out, he had already given definitive performances in Brighton Rock, The Great Escape, and Seance on a Wet Afternoon. Hammond was a late career gift, a role that required his particular brand of warm authority and managed to introduce him to an entirely new generation of cinema-goers who knew nothing about Gandhi. He reprised Hammond in The Lost World in 1997. In December 2004, his daughter Jane and granddaughter Lucy were killed in the Indian Ocean tsunami, a loss that affected him visibly for the rest of his life. After a stroke in 2008 left him in a wheelchair, he and his wife of 69 years moved into Denville Hall. During Jurassic World's production, Hammond was written out as deceased, and then Attenborough died in August 2014, 5 days before his 91st birthday, as the film completed post-production. The character and the man departed at almost the same moment. His estimated net worth at the time of his death was $20 million. His tombstone says nothing about dinosaurs. It says everything about everything else he built. 7. Laura Dern as Dr. Ellie Sattler. Laura Dern arrived on Isla Nublar already carrying 1 Academy Award nomination for Rambling Rose in 1991, and left it with a franchise attachment that would follow her for the next 3 decades. She also left it dating Jeff Goldblum, which lasted 5 years and produced one of cinema's more unusual real-life romances, given that their characters spent most of the film separately trying not to get eaten. Born February 10, 1967. In Los Angeles, the daughter of actors Bruce Dern and Diane Ladd, she had been working seriously since her teens. Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart, and Rambling Rose had established her as someone willing to go to difficult places in her work and fully capable of landing there. Ellie Sattler was a different kind of role, active, scientific, grounded, a woman whose competence was never framed as a surprise. She ran toward the danger when everyone else ran away. It resonated. What followed was one of the most consistently excellent careers of her generation. Wild earned her a 2nd Oscar nomination. HBO's Enlightened, which she co-created and starred in, was one of the smartest comedies of the 2000s. Big Little Lies brought her an Emmy and a Golden Globe. Marriage Story in 2019 won her the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, a performance of such compressed fury and tenderness that it reminded everyone what she had always been capable of. Jurassic World Dominion in 2022 brought her back to Ellie, older and sharper, and the film made it clear it had been waiting for her. Today in 2026, Laura Dern is 59 years old with an estimated net worth of $20 million. Ellie Sattler dug in the dirt and understood what she found. So does Laura Dern. 8. Sam Neill as Dr. Alan Grant. Harrison Ford turned down the role. Spielberg's second choice was a New Zealand actor with a reputation for intelligence, quiet authority, and an unusually naturalistic screen presence. Someone who could make the film's science feel credible while the spectacle exploded around him. Sam Neill was born September 14, 1947, in Omagh, Northern Ireland, raised in New Zealand, and had spent 2 decades building a reputation as one of the most versatile actors in the English-speaking world. Before Grant made him a name children could shout across playgrounds, his career before and after Jurassic Park defies easy summary. The Hunt for Red, October, The Piano, In the Mouth of Madness, Event Horizon, Peaky Blinders. Merlin Emmy nominated the 12 on Australian television, which he has now played across 3 seasons. He also runs 2 Paddocks, a serious winery in central Otago, New Zealand, that he started in the same year Jurassic Park was released, producing Pinot Noir that critics have taken seriously for 3 decades. He is genuinely a vintner who also acts rather than an actor who makes wine as a hobby. In March 2023, he revealed he had been undergoing chemotherapy for stage 3 angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma, a blood cancer discovered during publicity for Jurassic World Dominion. The cancer went into remission, but he will require ongoing medication for the rest of his life. He used the year of treatment to write a memoir, Did I Ever Tell You This?, published in 2023, which received warm reviews for its wit and candor. He returned to work and was appointed a Knight Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit in 2022, meaning he is now Sir Sam Neill. Today in 2026, Sam Neill is 78 years old, with an estimated net worth of $19 million. Grant spent the whole film watching life find a way. Neill has been finding his own way since long before the dinosaurs arrived. 32 years after those gates opened on Isla Nublar, the people who walked through them have built careers as astonishing and unpredictable as anything Spielberg put on screen. Drop a comment, which story surprised you most? And hit subscribe, because life always finds a way.